Hi Makai, thank you so much for what you're doing. It has it already helped me. The first goal that I set for this exercise is so that I get relief from my pain. Right? I had this theory that when I write, when I express, when I let it out, what is inside, it will help me a way to free myself from the burden and confusion and all those I felt like I've been drowning and got caught up in this big dark room, and I have been struggling so hard to free myself out of the darkness. And this exercise we just started now few days, and it has already helped me. How did it help me? When I wake up, all the time, the first thought I have is my mother, and the problems of my mother. That's the first thought, and it is like a devil that was always hanging on top of. It's like a cloud and devil hanging on my head all the time, no matter what I am doing, no matter what I'm doing, how excited my projects can be, how much ever happy I am with what I'm doing with my life. Always there was this big cloud hanging on my head, right? My mother and her problems. So now I noticed when I wake up in the last a day or so, I was not having that feeling whatsoever, and this because I was able to I think excrete that pain out, and it came out of me. And what actually happened on Friday was I made this one video um, um, telling which I was telling, right? So my mother is in the hospital getting cancer treatment, and my brother who is a sexual so he has a mental health issues throughout his life, and there were many symptoms, but one of the symptoms was this sexual abuse towards weaker people. Like, he was asking my mother to have sex with him. He was asking my sister to have sex with him, and he was I think sexually engaged with a very young girl. So I made a video talking about this and saying he really needs treatment. He needs treatment, and the fact that if he is well now, the proof of that would be he taking up a job and properly earning by going to the job like a normal person, by anybody else in the society. And it's not a right thing to go to a dying woman on her deathbed to ask for to write about certain property by my brother and his wife and his whoever, the brother-in-law. So I made that video with the idea that bringing out this part about mental health problems, and that it needs to be treated. And the right way to treat, one of the right ways to treat, is giving him the needed support so that he could fit in or adjust himself well in the normal society. And one of the measures is actually going and taking a job, right? Not coming to a mother, a weak woman entity, and then demanding her for the money, and especially on the deathbed. So I sent that video to my mother, my sister, and my sister's brother-in-law, And I told you, they never call me. These people never call me other than for money. And suddenly my sister's brother, husband called me. And I was in the office doing my work. And then you know me, like as I said, I have this one weakness. They will never pick up my phone calls, but then I fucking pick up their phone because they never pick my phone calls. So I picked up immediately, and I said, what is it, so then he started telling me what to do. Very typical of Indian man. He's telling me, you put that video, take it down. I said, can we reason it? We can discuss, I'm open to discussion. And he said, no, I don't want to discuss. I'm telling you what to do, take it down. I want us to mark this down about Indian society, right? In Indian society where always people are telling me what the fuck I should be doing. So this telling me what to do, right? My father, who is the sole creator of this painful drama in all these people's life, the root of all of this pain that was caused is my father, right? And I want to take, there are so many, I wouldn't say so many dimensions, but a few dimensions, and then the positive dimension I already mentioned to you about my father, of being getting educated despite all the financial I wouldn't even say difficulties, I would say he, I would say like a lack of any financial support, right? Despite those, he made sure he completed master's degrees. So that is a very positive, strong role model for me always, right? So that nature of completing something, that characteristic of despite the odds that are stacked against you, those odds or nothing in front of your determination, right? So that always probably intrinsically I have it, or because he had ingrained in me as a child. Regardless how it is, definitely that's how I behave. Nothing looks like a big hurdle to me. I set goals and I go after them, and I really accomplish them, and my life has been a proof of that trait over and over and over again. So at least people will stop at certain point once they get to a certain stage. It could be for somebody, it is completing their a certain education, and or for somebody it is like getting a job, or for somebody that stops at moving to a different country. But for me, it has never been. I always feel like I am this little girl. Okay, no matter how many hurdles I overcome, I always feel like I'm still at step one. I still have that type of blanket enthusiasm, right? Somehow I do not have this baggage feeling. So people carry baggage. Okay, I got this far. Now what? As you move forward, you're accumulating baggage. At least that's what I see in people around, and that has not been the case with me. I always feel fresh. I always feel like I'm this little girl going to her first school, first class, and then full of energy, full of enthusiasm, and full of dreams. So and consistently that has been so far in my life, right? So I think that is the trait somehow I cannot live without, regardless of how I acquired it. So I So I made that video, and these people, yeah, my father, talking, the other sides of my father, having told about the good things about him, is my father would always like call, like let's say I came to US and I call him. My father tells me what to do. What does he tell me to do? Oh, you are this age. Okay, he needs to tell me my age as if I do not know my age. And he says, this is your age. You should get married. You're not getting married, get married. He's telling me what to do. And then I respond back saying, Father, I'm very happy. I really, and I don't know, what did you do? You married, my father married and had 4 kids, and these 3 kids are causing, showing us hell. I was going through the hell that was created by these 5 characters in my life. My 5 characters: my mother, my father, my brother, and my 2 sisters. These 5 characters have showed me hell in my life. So I was telling why, I'm good right now, I just don't need. But so he tells me, he calls me, and if I call him, he uses the time to tell me what to do, telling me what to do. This is really the crux of it, as like throughout my life, I felt that my voice people don't hear my voice, right? People do not hear my voice. I'm telling, in fact, like, I'm not telling him what to do. I'm just doing. People come to me and they try to tell me what I should do. I'm not going to people asking them for anything, but people come to me and they want to tell me what to do. And I just still do not understand that. And this is more so typically when I meet Indian men, right? In the setting of family or not family, or back in India, or even Indians in US. But that's a common trait, which is Indian people telling me what to do. And that's what this goes into, right? This brother-in-law picks up the phone. I answered, and he says, "You take down that phone, that video on the." I said, "Why? I can. I'm at least you're having a conversation. You never have a conversation with me, so that's good. Like, we can discuss, and I can tell you why I put it up there. What I'm trying to do." He says to me, "I do not want to discuss." This is the other second characteristic of Indian, at least, like, again, here specifically we are talking about within the context of this family, this specific family, right? So, no, I don't want to discuss. These people do not want to discuss. They tell me what to do. They do not want to discuss. So I said, okay. Then he tells me, Paruvu means, in English it's called Paruvu, reputation, right? You are taking away our reputation. Reputation. So, do you know the word reputation? He asked me. Yeah, I know what is reputation. And I says, that video is taking away reputation. And I said, like, how? Like, what reputation? Whose reputation? What it is? Tell me, And then again, he goes back to the original, telling me what to do, which is, let's say, for any question, reasoning, I ask back a question, he comes back to it, like, response is telling me what to do, which is take down that video. So the few of the things he tried to say to make me take down the video is, as I said, it's impacting our reputation. And then the brother's wife side people, it seems they will file a court case. I said, why would they file a court case? Can you give me the reasons? What is the law based on what they're going to file a legal case? Legal case is based on law. I said, okay, tell me what law I am violating. I said, no, I don't care about law. I don't need to know about law or rules. They're filing a court case. You understand? Again, threatening me, always like unreasonable, fucked up, nonsense they throw at me, and then I have to fucking eat that bullshit, right? So, oh, they're going to file a court case. I said, what is the court case? Tell me, what is it? Like, that video. Then I start trying to tell, I'm putting that because we need to solve this problem. This is a future threat. This person has like asked a mother to have sex with him. He has asked a sister to have sex with him. He has thrown knives at father, and he has thrown dangerous objects at me, and he tried to threaten me through violence. He came on top of me to beat me. And so all these are alarming signs, and then if he continues on this pattern, he's going to rape his own daughter if he has a daughter. So we need to take action and try to solve this problem for good, and so I'm trying to bring awareness to this to solve this problem, because this is dangerous behavior. And so I'm trying to make a movie, and that's why I actually put it on YouTube. Oh, then question, do you know you put it on YouTube? So again, questioning. He knows more than me. Every man in India knows more than any like a woman, right? This guy has not gone out of his own little town where he was born, and he questions me, and as if like I am crazy. And I on purpose put it on YouTube. And he says to me, oh, do you know you put it on YouTube and everybody can see it? I said, yeah, I put it on purpose on YouTube, because we are actually working on writing a story with the goal to make a movie. And the goal behind the movie is and he says is really to bring awareness to mental health issues, so that we can solve this problem, right? And no, none of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. Again, he repeats, take down that video, take down that video, take down that video, take that. So you can never have a two-way conversation with these people. They keep telling you what to do. They keep telling you what to do, and they keep telling this, like, oh, you don't listen to us. You don't listen. You don't listen. They tell me what to do, and they do not want to understand why something is being done. They don't want to understand what is the problem, right? They do not want to understand what is causing the problem. What is the problem? What is causing the problem? And then once you understand what is causing the problem, then figuring out different ways that problem can be solved. What are the options that are available to solve that problem? And then coming up with a plan to solve that problem, right? They never want to go through that. So they come with this telling me what to do, take down the video, and then throw stones. You throw stones around. Oh, they are going to use fear tactics, right? So fear tactics is what? Illogical fear tactics. Oh, they're going to court case. What is the legal basis for somebody to file a court case if I put that video? Oh, they say that we cheated and got him married. Nobody cheated anybody to get married. Okay, get divorced, right? No, you're not asking to get divorced. You don't want divorce. You're coming and asking a mother, a woman who is on her deathbed, to give money, before she dies. So this is so this is not showing cheating. You're actually coming and cheating us for money. You married for money, right? As a business, for money. So it's like you can never reason with them. They never can. And then if you ask anything, then they shut down, and then they brand you. They point fingers at you. They point big fingers at you. You're not listening. You're not listening. You're not listening. You're not listening. So I noticed, I do not know so much if all the Indians are like that. Okay, because obviously I haven't interacted with all the Indians, but this has been the case with the people that I came in touch with Indians. Obviously, the context of most of the people that I meet and talk to at an Indian level is through these family members, right? So all of them are like that. All of them are like that. Impossible to make them, okay, this is the problem, this is what is causing the problem, and these are the available options that we could, to solve this problem, and these are the pros and cons of each of these options that we have, and let's come up with a plan, and let's now go ahead and work as a team to solve this problem. And I have been like fighting for this approach for so long. They just do not want to do that. And so, but, so what happened? Um, and then my sister calls, right? And then I said, okay, I'm actually in a meeting. I'll talk later, or I'll respond later, because I had like few meetings waiting. And then she says, oh, you don't need to call me. You don't need to call. Take down that. And you are such a, whatever, disgrace to me. And you're such a curse to have you in my life. And, she started ranting like that. Okay, really? I made my video and I put it to, this is hurting me and I'm dealing with it. And this is how these people have responded. And then my mother tries to call and text me, take it away. They're going to file a court case and I'm dying. And so that really pushed me to go forward with my next step. So I said, like, okay, this just does not make sense. Okay, but at least like that they're pushing me around moved me in the next step. Took me to the next step, which is then it allowed me to bring out more of my real pain. So for the pain was around about concern, okay, I love my mother, she has suffered, she's a victim, I understand all the dynamics. Okay, my brother has really caused damage to all the members of her family. Okay, the cause of that is his mental health, mental health issues. So okay, we have to take responsibility and let's solve this, right? Let's help this, let's solve this. It moved from to me actually directing into anger, right? I really made videos where I was, the pain took the form of anger, and kind of like telling my side of the story, right? It didn't become, so far it was about them and then how to help them and the problems they are in, and trying to explain them about their problems and then trying to do, versus it became, it helped me to come and look at me in the first person. This is hurting me. I know that it was hurting me always, like I would say that's not an issue. That was something, it's different. It's beyond just saying it's hurting me. It's beyond, very strongly telling me how all this is really causing me so much pain, and how each one is contributing that in different ways. So I made messages for each one of them. And I would say there were definitely there is a lot of cursing, not so much that I needed to use cursing out of anger. It is what I noticed is when I especially talk to these people, I use cursing. And the reason is that any form of language, reasoning that I do, it has zero impact. The only things that get heard by them, I noticed, is the curse words. See, any communication is for to get a response, right? I reason with them, reasoning. Let's say 99.9% of the time I put energy into reasoning. And I get, it's like zero response. It goes into the thin air. And then I start using, at that time, the last 1%, like I use curse words. And now I get the response. What is the response? Oh, you're talking curse words. That's the response I get. So there was a lot of cursing in those. It's really because I don't have a two-way communication with them, and somehow it so happened the only thing that I see they really respond to is the curse word. So there is some so I will show you, and we can look at when you come. I'm not going to share you those videos. I'll show you, and I'll also translate with you what they means, and then we will see if that even and how they would enter into the movie or the story, if 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 at all they should enter. So the summary of this is really about how it has helped letting that pain out, and yelling and expressing my anger in that manner has helped me my pain. Okay, so that's the good outcome. I was able to really focus and do my work, so that's good. The next is about this point about how men always from India are telling me what to do. I'm never being heard. They're telling me what to do, and that is a recurring theme in my life, starting from my father to, for example, this guy, my sister's husband. Everybody is telling me. Oh, I have to tell. One person was not telling me, and that was my grandfather. He was listening to me. He was not telling me. So I have to say at this point that I always felt my grandfather was like my soulmate. So let's say if I die, which I don't believe in those, and it doesn't matter if they're true or not, but just to the way to express it myself, and if I die, I want to go find get back with my grandfather, right? So that's the closest definition I can think of as a soulmate. My grandfather was not telling me what to do. My grandfather was listening to me. And all these people are never listen to me. They're telling me what to do. Okay, so that's the recurring theme. And other part about this is like how my father was telling me to marry when his marriage and his kids are all in shambles, and despite me telling him I'm really happy, and you don't need to worry, don't need to tell me when I should marry or not marry. And how there is like the communication, right? So they do not want to have a conversation with me around in this format. And the format is, this is the problem, this is the cause of the problem, and these are the options that are available, and these are the pros and cons of each of these options, and let's have this plan and let's do together, and solve this problem. I have been struggling, and they do not do that, so and also like how I think, and then we'll follow up tomorrow.